right, y'all. This is another one of these 101 with the Supervillain. Y'all already know how this goes, man. We're sitting up, we're going to talk about whatever it is the members of the Patreon want to talk about. I love coming back around to these, man. I do get excited. It's as tired as I get sometimes with working. I love doing these because I get to play catch up with my friends in a sense. This is as much beneficial for me as it is for them because it's like I get to talk to people outside of the door. But I love it always talking to people and definitely going back to the homie from Chicago, Mr. Adalberto Rios. What's up, bro?
What's going on, sir?
I saw the lady in there with you before I saw her run out. She didn't have to run out. I saw her run out. I was trying to, because I didn't realize you came. I was like, I gave him the link and I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw her run out. She was like, oh, that go.
Yeah, she does that. How are you feeling, man?
I'm exhausted. I literally just woke up about 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Because after the show, after Blurred's, like I couldn't fight it anymore. I couldn't fight the muscle relaxer anymore.
Dude, like I did not think this was happening today. I was like, oh, he's in pain. It's fine. We can miss February. We'll talk on March. It's fine. It's all good.
Nah, I fought like I literally was. I've been fighting sleep, so I take the pills every 8 hours.
Okay.
And so I took it at like 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. So around 11, 12 o'clock, it started hitting me, trying to make me lay down to go to sleep. I'd been fighting it since 11 o'clock to go to sleep. And so, oh shit, matter of fact, we're going to be holding on while I go take these pills right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to totally grab these pills real quick. Now.
Yeah, take your pills, bro.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, it's the most unprofessional shit ever.
It's all good, brother.
Let's see. That's Flexerol and my ibuprofen. Yep. So it'll kick in, and then like I said, it kicked in so hard I just couldn't fight it anymore. I was done fighting with them, so I've been like I said, they've been helping out a lot. These muscle relaxers. It's just that they put me on my ass.
Well, I don't know. Watching Blurred, it did not look like it helped very much.
Well, it was because I was moving the wrong way quickly.
Okay. Like
it works, and then like they work, and in a moment I'll have like some pain, and then some moments I'm like good.
Okay.
Like I'm good. Like my back doesn't hurt. And also on Blurred, I was telling Winston. So I pushed up out the seat. I hadn't pushed myself up like that in a while. But when I did, my whole spine went. And on top, it felt like it was a bunch of just pressure released. And so, I mean, because this whole situation has been like, I've had lower back pain from different shit, wrestling and whatnot. But this was like the first time from shit. I think it was just a culmination of stuff that finally got to me.
Hey, you got to take care of yourself, man.
Oh shit!
For what you do, you got to take care of yourself. Like to be in the ring, you got to make sure you don't fuck up that back.
I think that's what kind of made me even a little bit more upset, if you will, because I was supposed to go back to training because trainings happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so I was gonna go. I was like, man, because what we're doing now to make sure it's safer is like you have to have had a recent COVID test or stuff been like this and been negative and clean and stuff. And I was like, cool, I can do it. I was gonna go and here's the funny thing: I've gone a couple times where my lower back was fucked up, but it never got to that point where it was just super bad. And but now like I said, it's been a weird week. Let me say that because I couldn't work out at all. Like I was told not to do anything strenuous, and then I'm sitting there thinking like, well, I could at least do, and knowing. Because that's me. You're like, well, I could at least do this, and I personally would consider it not strenuous, but at the end of the day, it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I just decided not to take any chances on it at all. Tomorrow's my last real day of being put down, for lack of better words, because it was for 5 days to do nothing.
Okay,
and these have been the longest 5 days of my fucking life.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm gonna go back. It doesn't mean I'm gonna go back and go crazy though when I can.
Oh yeah.
What was you gonna say?
I'll say, like, from my experience, people that are like hardcore workout guys, they don't like nothing strenuous. Like, I hurt my shoulder, and the guy who taught me how to work out was like, "Yeah, it's your shoulder. You can still do deadlifts. You're fine. That's not going to affect your shoulder."
Shit.
So I was doing 225 deadlifts, like 200 of them, with my shoulder hurting. So,
And how much worse did your shoulder get?
not at all. Nothing.
Well, that's true. Well, because it depends on the workout.
Yeah.
It's not the muscle group it's working out. So like a deadlift, but here's the thing: deadlift for a lower back, I'm asking to die.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I'm
you are.
potentially asking to crumble. You
Yeah.
know, so like even weightlifting on a bench, you know, because you push off, even if your feet are planted, your back pushes in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, contrary to popular belief for people who don't know, your upper and lower back are connected. So it's like,
yeah, that's kind of how that works.
It's kind of connected. So it's like, you know, I don't want to take any chances because I could have just been going. I could have gone to the gym and just been doing, because what I'm gonna do anyways, like I've been started back doing, was lightweight, higher reps. So I would take like 20-pound dumbbells and I'm doing 20, 35, you know, saying curls different ways and stuff like that, and flies. And if I'm on the bench with like 225, because 225 is super light, repping that out.
You lucky bastard.
You know, instead of just trying to be like 300 and doing that, like, nah, I'm good. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of functional shit once, you know, probably like started Saturday or Sunday, actually starting Tuesday, because this weekend is just ridiculously gonna be stupid busy. Tomorrow I got to do a stand-up do another Zoom show, which I was like, fuck, I did agree to do this shit. Saturday I'm not doing much. Sunday is, of course, us doing the World Girls thing. Yes. And the World Girls doing our thing. And at first I don't know, I was in so much pain and just flipped out. Yes, I told Winston, like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I was just like, I don't do shit. I don't want to go on that show. I literally told Winston all that. I was just going through a thing. But I think it was because I was in so much pain and I was aggravated that I haven't been able to do a thing. I've been so aggravated. Like, I've been, you know, like doing this and doing self-tapes. I've been, you know, doing those. Even, oh my God, I was in so much pain doing a self-tape yesterday. But it's just the fact I felt like the moment I started to get a little bit of normalcy and movement again, I'm going to the gym regularly and still doing the workouts here. Now I'm cut off from doing all this shit again. Now I'm back at point blank. And I was like, fuck everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but other than that, like I said, this is, as everybody's telling me, this probably was the best thing for me because it was finally something, because what I wasn't going to listen no other way. So my body had to finally say, you're not going to sit down? Okay, bet.
Yeah. It's like sleep. Your body trying to take you to sleep now. Now you don't want to sleep. Like, you need to sleep.
Well, I ain't got no fucking choice no more when it comes to sleep because these pills should. I be around this motherfucker. It'd be 5:35. You know what I'm saying? Normally be like 5:50. I'm sitting up just watching TV. Next thing I know, I'm like, I wake up at 7:40. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But that's because of these pills.
That's what you need, though. That's what you need,
dude. I mean, I know, and here's the thing: I know why. Normally, I sleep, so I just got prescribed some new anxiety pills for the evening because my brain doesn't shut off. My brain is always constantly working, thinking, plotting, all this other crazy shit. So my therapist prescribed me some new anxiety pills that will actually allow me, you know, saying that are better for my other ones because they'll allow me to sleep more, whatever. I take 2 of those at night on top of this Flexerol. I don't wake up till like 8 hours later almost.
Good.
So it's like I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, I slept. And then I'll be like, you know, then I have to remind myself, fuck, I'm still tired through the day. But I'm like, oh yeah, for the past 5 days, you've been taking a muscle relaxer on top of it. So, you know, I think I'm gonna go and get into the street hustling business of muscle relaxers. These motherfuckers you know, muscle relaxers is just like fuck. But you know, I'm good with, I'm good though, man. It's a good way to know that I'm taking care of myself now better. Yep. You know, I was pushing myself, and I mean, I'm still pushing myself, but I just got to know my limits. Like I said on the show earlier, I don't know if you heard, I got to squat like a fucking debutante just to pick up shit. I'm doing curtsies to pick up shit off the ground.
That's the way it's supposed to pick up things.
Yeah, I get it. However, I've been so used, I'm around this motherfucker like, ta-da. Oh, let me squat down properly. And I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to bend with your, because I even told the doctor when I was at the hospital, I was like, I know, bend with your knees, not your back. I know, lift with your legs. I know.
Hey.
He was like, well, clearly you don't, because you in here. I was like, touche.
Dude, touche. Lift with your back, put you out of work. So.
Touche. What's life been like, man? What's been cracking?
Well, it's been a few things. Yesterday I quit one job. Tuesday I started a new job. Finally got that paperwork in, so I can finally tell people I'm married. So that's good.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to Ohio on Tuesday for work training.
Nice. How long you be out there?
Till Friday. Then I should be back Friday night.
Okay. They paying works paying for it and everything.
Yeah.
Good, man. Good to hear everything's on the upswing.
I hope so. I hope this is a good thing and not like one of those like oops.
One of those.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I was just out. I don't know. I was out there for Valentine's Day weekend, and because I wanted to get away from LA just in general. I just wanted to get out, and I came out there, and I was like, "This is why I moved." Because landing at O'Hare is one thing, right? You know, you see some snow, you're like, okay, cool, but you forget, you remember, oh, they plow shit out the way. It isn't until you are getting into neighborhoods and you're like, this is why I moved. Because I was gonna rent a car because I was like, maybe I want to try to get around with a car. And then I was like, it's snowing, I'm good. But then I remembered, oh yeah, it snowed. Ain't no parking space. I said, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. So I ain't come out here to dig out and shovel those spaces. I'm good. Jesus, I ain't come back. I ain't fly 2,000 miles to shovel out a parking spot and then try to find a folding chair, some shit to put out there. Nah, I'm good. Dude, I'm good, man.
This has been the worst. This is like the worst snowstorm since
Siberia. Since the 21.
Yeah.
Since the 21.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, this is what. It's funny because I was like, this was that deciding factor before. This shit.
It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
Keep trying to convince somebody else because I know I kept looking. I was like, because I got out there Saturday evening, like 6:00. Okay. And I knew I was leaving Wednesday morning. And Sunday it snowed again. Monday it snowed. And I started getting nervous. I was like, I ain't never going to leave. I just do. I was like, I ain't never getting out of here.
It mostly melted now. Most of it's melted. Yeah.
I heard it. Y'all had 30s and shit like that. So, like, it's a heat wave going on. It's been that swing of weather. So, like, most of it's melted. Now it's just look like wet, dirty streets.
Yep.
But, you know, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I go back just to, you know, refresh myself and because it ain't shit to do here. That's the crazy thing. Like, Illinois is that's another good thing where I'm kind of glad it was a snowstorm because I'm like, yo, Chicago's open. Yeah. That might not be good for me to be there when I can't do shit here. Because, like, that's what they're like, everybody who's still staying out here in California and Los Angeles in particular have been like, man, fuck this. They just want, because it's like, if I can't work, I'm collecting unemployment or something like that. They're like, fuck it, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to just kill my time. I'm like, yo, I get it. Like, I just need to have a role if I book it where it's like, that's the only skeptical thing about me leaving now. It's like, I get a lot of these auditions and a lot of them, they're like, yo, this is when they start shooting and you have to be available in LA because they don't want nobody trying to quarantine and all that other shit. And I'm like, I get it. But I'm like, fuck, man.
Hey, it's a paying gig. You gotta do it.
If I get the gig, you got to get the gig though. That's the thing. I think that, dude. I went to when I went to Chicago. I had just did an audition for a commercial. It was for Moderna for like a lotion commercial, and the thing was they wanted people with visible scars. So I was like, cool. Like I got my scar on my head, my shoulder, my scar here, et cetera, et cetera. But when I saw the dates they were going to have a call back, I was like, fuck, I'm planning on being in Chicago. I'd already booked my ticket, right? So I was like, all right, I'm going to do the audition. The day before the call back, like I hadn't heard nothing. I thought I'd hit a call back for maybe like in 1 day or 2 days. This was like early in the week. I'm out there in Chicago. I was like, fuck, I got the call for the call back. I was like, all right, bet. At least I know I got my real camera. So all I got to do, I didn't bring my light. I didn't bring my ring light. I was like, fuck, I didn't bring a light because I wasn't using it. I just was using natural light to do blurs out there. So I went to Best Buy on Monday during the snowstorm and bought a $130 light. So here's what happened. I called an Uber to go to Best Buy, had the Uber do a round trip because I was like, I am not going to try to get out of an Uber to, go in there and I did curbside pickup. Me and my homie, we got into it when I was leaving Wednesday. I was going to leave the light there and was like, fuck it, I have it there. We got to it. I took the light with me. I had to get on a flight with my bag and a giant ass ring light in a box. So they checked it in. Luckily, I just took it back to Best Buy because it was just like, all right, cool. I was like, oh, thank God. But it was just like, whenever I travel now, like I know it'll take the smaller ring. I've been meaning to, but it's just I never had a room. But now it's just knowing what stuff I got to take. That's also a hard, like a headache, and a lot of people don't get when you do this shit now, where not just doing this online shit. The online thing is cool. It's easy to just set up. Hell, if I don't have a camera, all I got to do is set up my phone somewhere, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to these auditions, I got to make sure I got everything in place, a microphone, light, and all this. Now I got to try to sound good, professional. I just want to pay people now. I just need money to just pay people to do shit. But it was, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it wasn't a bad thing. It's just, it's funny. And this is something I just realized just 30 seconds ago talking to you. There's an energy I have talking to different people. Mm-hmm. And talking to you has made me actually feel lighter.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
It's, it has nothing to do with your light-skinned Puerto Ricanness. It's
That's not what I took it as, but okay, bro.
No, because there's a different feel. It doesn't feel like, I don't feel like, I'm not saying that anybody I talk to in these one-on-ones make me feel weighted, but it's right now I'm noticing like, yo, I just feel vibrant and full of life and joy and happiness and stuff like that. It's maybe because I don't know, and I'm just going to accept it.
I don't know, man. There's been a couple times where we're doing this, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. And it's not like I'm just in that mode, like I just don't want to be bothered.
You know what? I've had that again. I get it. I was like I said, this past week, I was on so much eggshells. Like I told people, I had to tell people, yo, stop. I had to tell Ed Haskell 420. He's great supporter and listener. I had to say, yo, you do realize all the shit you send me? I see it, bro. Because Winston was like, yo, you get on edge a lot. I was like, no. I was like, this shit keeps happening. I was like, dog, I'm on the exact same internet he's on. Like, that's what anybody. It doesn't matter exactly. It's just using that one person. I'm like I said on the show today, when that Spider-Man shit came out, yo, I see it. What makes y'all think I didn't see it already?
Yeah, you do news reports on those. How do you not see it?
I'm following all this shit. Like, and then people are like, well, I know you're busy. You see me tweeting shit all day. I'm on Twitter all day. I try to stay on Twitter now more on purpose so I don't keep getting banned on Facebook. Like, I'm keeping it a buck. I'm on Twitter. So, of course, if Spider-Man No Way Home is trending, I'm just all of a sudden scrolling. All of a sudden, I see Marvel Studios and all this shit. I see it.
No. My favorite tweets are like, stop it with I got this cover. We got whatever that dumbass website is called.
Oh, my God.
Like, when you go off on that, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, the one where I was like, so wait, y'all telling me that because of a site that is known for a rumor told y'all that Jennifer Lawrence was going to be Sue Storm from the Daily Mail or Daily Telegraph. Yeah, sure. They got that covered. Like, because people just jumped on shit. It was like, she going to be Sue Storm. I don't want to see that chick in another superhero movie ever again now.
I think she's done. I think she's done with all that shit, dude.
I think she's done. And that's what I think. Her doing Mystique and leaving out, let her know, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Like the third movie, she was just like phoning it in.
Like, phoning it in? Nigga, she had one coat of blue paint and told him you putting on 12 dots and that's it. You put on 12 of them dots, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, she barely wanted to wear the contacts.
Yeah.
So it's like she's done with superhero stuff. And it was just like, again, I know I don't consider myself as a professional journalist because I didn't go to school for this. I didn't study for this. I just know from what I've learned, from what I've watched, what I've observed, different mannerisms and techniques, et cetera, et cetera. However, people got to stop just jumping on shit. Like, people see something, they're like, oh my God, it must be true because it came in. Like, no, Clickbait sites run everything. Y'all got to pay attention to what something is saying.
People get bored, man. People get bored. There's nothing else to do. Look at shit. Like, and the Fantastic Four has been like the biggest Marvel question for the longest time.
Well, yeah, as far as them doing it, but I think, yeah, I agree. Because I was gonna say, I think the X-Men would probably be bigger, but you're right.
Because they had Fantastic Four back before they had X-Men back. So
no, they got them at the same time.
Really?
Remember Fox?
I thought after I thought they got it back before that. Okay.
Oh, because they didn't do a movie, right? It was at the Fan Four Stick, right?
Yeah.
After they, because they didn't do a movie, so they got the rights back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, you're right. But everybody been like, yo, what is this? And I'm like, I keep telling people, like, why y'all rushing? This is the thing I don't get with people. Maybe you can help me understand this, okay? Maybe you can help me.
I'll try my best. Okay.
We know for a fact it takes at least 2 to 2.5 years for a movie to be done from pre-production, from what we hear, to the time they wrap. Pretty much like 2.5 years.
Okay.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has laid out about a close to a good 4 to 5 years worth of shit coming out.
Okay.
Why is anybody wanting an announcement right now for something they might not see for 8 years?
Okay.
For 6 to 8 years.
Okay. For as somebody on this side who's like just part of the common knowledge kind of thing, not everybody knows that.
I mean, because that's the only thing. I'm like, okay, if you tell me, let's say right now, this is just a hypothetical. Let's say you lock in right now that is John Krasinski, Emily Blunt, Zac Efron, and whoever else as the thing is your Fantastic Four, right? Okay. If that movie not coming out till potentially 2025, because would they try to probably push it if they want to squeeze it in there? Absolutely. But then you still got the X-Men that everybody keep talking about. So one of them got to come first.
Yes.
I mean, granted, this is Marvel. They can run the two at the same time, but one's going to allocate more resources than the other, especially if you tied all this crazy shit in. Mm-hmm. Right? Why rush to have it now when you know you're not getting this movie for a while? Yeah, because we've seen so much shit get announced, not even just superhero-wise. You know what I'm saying?
2 reasons. One, if you're not in the film industry, you don't know it takes 2.5, 3 years to get a movie off the ground. You just don't know. 2, people just want it. Yeah. Because I want it, I expect it out next year. Like, that's it.
Like that whole announcement about the Blue Beetle situation with the whole Jaime Reyes thing with them having a director. I was like, because like I think you saw my tweet, but I was like, it took those neck beards like that to go racist, talking about some they force and shit. I'm like, yo, they've been announced this movie was in development. Mm-hmm. They've been announced this Jaime Reyes movie was happening like 2 years ago. What are you talking about? Like, this ain't nothing new. They just finally attached the director to it. So, like, that in itself shows you the process. There are very few things that come out the gate and be like, yo, this is the movie, this is the director, this is the star, let's go. And especially when we're talking about comic book movies and TV shows, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always bam, bam, bam. It's a sections thing. Now, granted, we don't also know the conversation studios and everybody else is having behind the scenes. We just know shit that's released to trades. We just know the shit that gets put out to the world for everybody to find out. So when we hear, we see the video of Andy Muschietti telling Sasha Calle that she's Supergirl, right? That's something done for this, particularly. It's something good to get people that, because again, we're in the world of Zoom and StreamYards and all this other shit now. Cool. In general, most times she could have been cast 2.5 months ago, ain't told nobody shit, can't tell nobody shit, been sitting on this news, been training to be Supergirl. And now all of a sudden you find out, you're like, damn, they just cast her? Yeah, they just did it. They just did it.
Simplest way to say it is this: ignorance is bliss. What you don't know changes things. Like,
I think that's the bad part for me about when it comes to this Marvel stuff and DC stuff, like, because I'm such a comic book nerd and I'm a geek now, and I'm getting so much back into the comic books again because of all the stuff. You see so much stuff, so you know it. So now I just wish I was ignorant to some shit, because now times my brain will be like, "Oh, is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? Is that gonna happen?" You know what I'm saying? There's times I wanted to have that shit happen. Like, like WandaVision, for instance. I'm betting we found out that Dottie's really named Clea tonight when it releases. Dottie's really Clea. I want to see if it's Chthon. If it's Chthon in the Darkhold, everybody keeps talking about that Luke Skywalker type cameo is going to be Doctor Strange. I'm like, that is not Doctor Strange. It's not Doctor Strange.
What did you tweet out? Blade?
It can be Blade.
I don't think so, because this is the only reason I'm saying no.
Okay.
Because when I hear Luke Skywalker kind of cameo, I think of somebody who everybody knows is a character.
Well, and that's why
like Mark Hamill as like Xavier or Magneto, opposed to like if it was Wesley Snipes playing Blade, I would say Blade. But because of Mahershala Ali, thank you, Ali, he's a brand new like person playing that character. It becomes a different kind of thing.
True.
That's my only hold up to that. Like if he played it before,
I get that. I just when I put it out on Twitter, I threw it out as a theory. Like I didn't want to. I was hoping nobody take it as law. I was like, this is a possibility.
It's a great theory.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is a possibility because knowing how the comics go. Now, everybody keep being like, it's gonna be Magneto. I'm like, yo, do y'all not understand? It makes no sense to do Magneto when you just gave Quicksilver. Makes no sense. If it's Xavier, it's James McAvoy.
I agree with that, but I don't want it to be either one of those guys.
You want it to be a brand new person?
Brand new person. Not necessarily a brand new person, but somebody like unexpected. Because right now everybody's expecting Xavier. Like I said Xavier like episode 2. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same way. When I knew House of M and everything, when I knew what the story was, I was like, because I already knew Quicksilver was going to be in it. But I was like, I said Quicksilver will be in it somehow, some way. But I was like, they won't do Magneto because, again, that's kind of too much. That's just overkill. Because also, this is my other thing with it. It seems as if, so remember the episode in which Pietro showed up, when they recast Pietro. Mm-hmm. The very next episode, they shot down everybody's mutant theories.
Yes.
They shot that shit down. They shot everybody's mutant shit out the water real quick because everybody was like, oh my God, they just introduced mutants. And he was like, look, all I remember was I got shot up. I don't know why I got a different face. When he said that, shot down everybody's mutant shit.
Yeah.
That shot down everybody's mutant shit real quick. So I was like, okay, but Xavier sounds cool because it's like, oh, I tweeted another random thing. Director Hayward, we have somebody here who says they understands the Wanda phenomenon. You want me to send them in? Yes, please. What you say your name was again? My name is Charles Xavier. Boom.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. But again, people keep saying Luke Skywalker level, like it has to be those two. It's like, again, it's somebody whose cameo is so high and so in-depth into what goes on, it really just blows everybody. And again, it has to be somebody, so it's nobody in the current MCU that we know of.
Yeah.
Because Bettany has said, it's somebody I've always wanted to work with. He's worked with Ian McKellen already. Okay. He's worked with Ian McKellen already, so that eliminates Magneto. I don't think he's worked with Patrick Stewart, but again, why do you bring? My problem with Stewart is, why would you bring in Stewart if you're not going to be able to use him going forward?
Did he say he was done after Logan? Like that
yes,
was his last
and
one?
He was done. So now people
and he has like, Picard going on,
and he has Picard, and so that's what I'm saying. Like he's got Picard, and also you're not going to. Why would you bring in Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got to get a whole new Charles Xavier come this X-Men movie.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Makes no sense. So, like I said, it's hard to really figure out who could it be. Like, could it be a Spider? But again, a Spider-Man is not a Luke Skywalker level. No. Again, Doctor Strange is not a Luke Skywalker level because they've been telling you from jump this movie goes right into Doctor Strange too.
Which is why I think it's like you said, like it's gonna be like the last bit where it's like he comes in and that's it. That's where it ends.
Yeah, whoever
his appearance is end. Like,
yep.
Like, I never think, and people talk about like, oh, it's gonna have a happy ending. I don't think it is. I don't think everybody. People talk about like the way that the show's gonna end. I don't think the show's gonna end. Like, I think it's gonna be a giant cliffhanger until that movie comes out.
That's what it is. It goes right into the movie. So people keep forgetting COVID fucked up everything scheduling wise.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was supposed to be being advertised right when this was coming out. So you
Did they
can
push this one
remember,
forward?
huh?
Did they push this one forward?
This one came. So Strange comes out now next year. It's supposed to come out this year,
Oh, okay,
and
that's what it
this
was.
yeah, Strange comes out next year now.
Okay.
So what they might do is they might tie it into Spider-Man because it's multiverse, but it's more so her show WandaVision goes into Doctor Strange because what it does is there's not if anybody thinks this is a happy fucking ending, you clearly ain't paid attention to the show. Yeah. She's gonna become the bad guy.
Maybe not. With the introduction of Agatha and the disappearance of the kids, maybe not.
That's how you make her. Agatha teaches her. You know this from the comics, I think. Agatha teaches
this one I have not read. Oh,
okay.
So I need to go back and read this one.
So Agatha is the one who teaches her how to use magic, more specifically chaos magic. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing. Wanda doesn't. So when Agatha says you're not the only magical one here, Agatha doesn't know, or she does, but she doesn't realize Wanda's powers aren't magical in a sense.
Okay.
They're cosmic.
Yes.
Because Wanda's powers are from the Mind Stone.
Okay.
So her powers aren't from magic yet, but she's going to teach her that she can use magic. That's why it's going to be called a hex. I mean, that's what the hex is going to be you're just a little scarlet witch. The scarlet red hex.
Huh? What if her powers aren't from the Mind Stone?
What you mean?
What if they change some things up and her power is not from the Mind Stone?
No, they already did. That's how it's established. That's how she got them. Remember, her powers came from Strucker's.
Said.
No, they showed it. That her powers came from her and her brother's powers came from Strucker's experiments. She didn't have it, but because again she's starting to dabble in it, witching wise. Again, and Westview is the nexus of all realities.
Yeah,
that's what the basement is. That's the nexus of all realities. So Agatha's going to teach her how to use magic. She hasn't used it yet.
Well, I have this really dumb theory. Actually, not even theory. This is something I would like to see happen. What if everything that's happened in the MCU so far is because they're already in House of M? Like that whole all my family died already. But what actually happened was when her mom died, she said no more mutants at that point, and that changed the entire universe. And now she's going to realize what's going on and bring everybody back.
I think that would blow the fuck out of everybody's mind if the whole MCU this whole time has been a giant House of M story.
Yeah, see, that's in my head. I'm like, what if that's what is going on? So her powers aren't really from the Mind Stone itself, but they use the Mind Stone on her to kind of mess up her reality of things and make her change what's really going on. Like, that'd be cool.
That is a crazy ass theory, and I'm so here for it.
See, that's I'm like, oh, why can't that be the thing? So it's instead of it being like no more mutants, how about there be like just let mutants return? Like that'd be awesome.
Cause see, and that's the one thing that's the one thing too with the House of M storyline. Like everybody's like, yeah, what about mutants? That's the only thing about this. The one thing about this is she says those 3 words, and she don't even. The fact is in the comics, because I just reread it. I have it over here. I just reread it a while ago. She say it calmly.
Yeah. She
don't even yell it in the comics. She says no more mutants. And then all of a sudden, both of us is like, I ain't green no more.
It'd be cool if it was the whole reverse thing of everything. Like everything happened because she did that.
That would be so. The whole MCU has been literally Wanda fucking with boy.
That'd be awesome. That'd be. You could bring back Fantastic Four. You can bring back so many more things because she set everything back right again. Like,
yeah, but the only issue with that becomes is now you open the door to quote everybody will say, because I try to look at it from all perspectives. Then that means Robert Downey Jr. could come, even though he's done. He's done.
Isn't there a rumor that he's in talks to come back if what's her name comes back too?
Who?
Gwyneth Paltrow?
He not coming. Tony's dead.
Well, yeah.
Tony's
it's
dead.
A multiverse.
So he's gonna pop up. He's probably gonna pop up in Ironheart as a CGI image. Because that's how he's gonna pop up in that. Because again, she finds the suit and she turns it back on. He'll pop up in that. He'll pop up probably in a Spider-Man thing, but you won't see. He won't be Iron Man. That's one thing. Like Tony Stark won't be there as far as a Tony Stark in the flesh. Or if you see, right, and if you see Tony Stark in the flesh, it's a Tony Stark flashback,
which works.
Other than that, Steve Rogers, again, Captain America is dead. Spider-Man Far From Home have told us that Spider-Man is dead.
Yeah.
So, like, people like, oh, what about old Cap? He died. He lived his life and died. Unless you do a flashback of something, then cool. That's where he shows up. But and that's another thing I like. I don't get. People won't let these characters go. Like, I get it. They have changed the game of what we thought about these characters. Nobody ever cared about fucking Iron Man. Nobody.
Yeah,
nobody cared. Can't nobody lie and say it was like Iron Man. My favorite. No one gave a fuck about Iron Man.
I know one person who my entire life has told me his favorite superhero was Iron Man.
Okay, so it's one or two, but as a whole,
yeah, my dad loved Iron Man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as a whole, nobody loved Iron Man. Nobody. He was a C-list character, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Steve Rogers took Captain America, and also a C-list character, pretty much. Well, B-list. He's more B-list. He wasn't C-list, B-list. A B-list character. He turned a B-list character to an A-list character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. But they've done their time in these movies. They've given us what they can give us. Let them go away in peace.
Yeah, let them go away. In about 10, 15 years, let someone else come into the role.
I mean, well, no, not even that. You don't even need another. That's the thing. You've established such a fruitful and plentiful universe with the MCU. You don't need another Tony Stark. You don't need another Steve Rogers. You have just like in the comic books, you have enough characters and enough different people to fill in those voids, which is why you have Sam Wilson eventually becoming Captain America. Why you have an Iron Heart. You see what I'm saying?
You know, you got a point there. You had a really good point there. I didn't think you were like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have, everybody's like, oh, just recast him. It's like, no, let those characters go. I understand. Yes, in comic book runs, they bring back characters and they change their stories. I get it. But this universe is so expansive that they've built. That's why it's the only universe that's been done right.
Yeah.
It's the only universe that's been done correctly.
And if you're big in mutants, then you have a whole nother 30, 40 years of evolving mutants coming through.
Which is why I keep seeing people going back again on this. Oh man, I'm getting fatigued. Superhero movies. No, you might be saying that box office numbers aren't. People still clamoring for a movie we were supposed to get last year that they just wanted to come out now. People want Black Widow that bad. Nobody's getting tired of superhero movies.
That's one movie I've always said I didn't need. It's a Black Widow movie.
Yo, I was like, this movie is almost 10 years too late when it was coming out. Yeah. But then when I saw what they were doing, I was like, I guess. I've
heard some good theories, and I'm like, if those theories are good, then yeah, I'm gonna fall. I'm right into it. But
what are some ones you've heard?
Just like what's your name? Stepping into the role of Black.
That's all it's for. That's all this whole movie's for.
Although I did hear a crazy one where it's like Natasha and the chick change faces, which has happened in the comics.
So they're basically saying. So what they're gonna say is. Natasha's still alive. It's really Yelena Bolova that died.
Yeah. I've seen that theory.
I mean, I can live with it. I can't be mad.
I mean, the vest, the change in hair color and hairstyle, it would fit.
That she went back blonde naturally.
Yeah. So I'm like, that actually does fit really well. Which is why she had to go over instead of Barton. Because if Barton would have went over, there's no connection to her. But because Barton thought Natasha went over, there's connection to that.
Right.
I'm like, that's a really good theory.
And it's not my theory. She would know the Red Room because she was trained the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's such a spy, she's so deep undercover. That might be it. That might be it.
Yeah.
Because the blonde hair in Infinity War is what tells you.
Yeah. I got that one off of what YouTube channel? The Carlin Brothers. Have you ever heard of them? They do a lot of like Marvel pixel theories.
You just literally gotta be sitting here thinking like, yo.
It's a good theory.
Because it makes sense. Because it makes sense.
Like
she was always a spy. The whole purpose of this whole movie is not to push Florence Pugh forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's to tell you Tasha never died.
Uh-huh. It would also explain why Hulk couldn't bring back Natasha because she wasn't dead.
Cause, yup.
I'm telling you, bro.
I tried to bring her back. I tried. He couldn't bring back somebody that wasn't gone.
It's not my theory. That one came from the Carlin brothers, but hey, it's a good theory. So now I'm here for the movie. So like now I'm here for it, like to see what's up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which would also explain why they wouldn't want to drop it on HBO on Disney Plus, because why would they?
That's a massive reveal.
Yeah,
that's a massive fucking reveal. You wouldn't want the reveal to be. I'm gonna be tweeting about this shit like, yo, because it makes sense now. Yeah, it all makes sense.
So like that theory alone was like, okay, now I want to see this movie because it's a great theory.
Damn. Wow. You see how I'm sitting over here just stuck like a kid, like, wow. It's you, sir.
I got off somebody else, man. I got off somebody else.
I mean, I thought about it. Like I said, I thought about the whole face swap thing. I thought about that one because they're sisters and blah, 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 blah. I thought about that. Maybe, something happens where Tasha's hurt. The actual Natasha's hurt. And then Yelena has to take her face and go do whatever she got to do. I can see that. But I didn't think the Hulk part is the one that got me.
Because I also pointed out that in one movie or one deleted scene, Natasha says she doesn't know who her father is. Yet in Endgame, they said the name of the father.
Well, but that's a different story. That's because of who he is, because of where the Red Skull is now, because of who he is as the protector. He knows this.
I said that wrong. I'm sorry. And Credit Queen, she was in front of the graves of her parents, but yet in Endgame, she didn't know her parents. That's what it was. Sorry, I said that wrong.
Wait, what grave was she at?
I don't remember what movie it was. Like, there's a whole video on this. Like, I saw the whole video on this.
Okay.
It's like a deleted scene where she talks about being in front of the graves of her parents.
But she didn't know who her father was. Yeah, it's like, he knew my father. I didn't.
Yeah. So that kind of added to the, like, what if this is a great theory?
Okay.
I know we don't talk about this stuff much, but like I really am deep into this stuff.
Well, I wish you would have started talking about this shit more. Like we can have these conversations daily, damn near.
Like, dude, look, Superman.
Okay. What'd you think of the pilot?
Which pilot? Oh, I didn't watch
Superman.
It.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. After watching that Superman and all the other CW shows, no, I'm done. I'm already done. He's trash. He's garbage. Like, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for CW to make me go, oh yeah, Superman show, because they turned that character into a joke.
Well, here's the thing: he was never supposed to originally show up.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the thing. People keep forgetting. We were never supposed to originally get Superman. This was only supposed to be about Supergirl, which I was fine with.
You know what? I was fine with Supergirl beating him. I'm like, that's fine, because the situation in the show, everything that happened, I'm down for it. I'm with that. But when he was like, well, I can leave the world because it doesn't need me as long as it has you, I was like, I'm done with this. Like, that is the complete opposite of what Superman is.
But no. That's the point. But no. He had to. But see, that was the thing, though. That I understand that part. But for the story they were telling, they wanted Kara to be the stronger one.
No. Again, when they fought and she won, like I'm okay with that, because if you ever seen Crisis on Infinite Earth, that's what happened.
Right.
Superman was fighting the main bad guy in the comic. He lost. It was Supergirl that beat him and gave her life to save Superman.
Okay.
So I'm okay with that. Like, that's actual happened in the comics. It was the one where he was like, well, I need to leave the world because the world doesn't need me anymore. Like, that pissed me off. Because Lois got pregnant.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
And then, like, he kept getting beat up by everybody. Like, everybody beat him up.
Yeah.
Like even Brandon Roth Superman beat him up. Like,
and man, you'll put some respect on Brandon Routh Superman.
no, I like Brandon Roth Superman. I'll go with the movie right now. I have it right over there.
No, look, we're not gonna go that far. No, look, I just said put some respect on that. And I pull out the movie. No, it's not.
I'm
not deadbeat daddy Superman.
It's not honestly. It's not that he like beat him up. It's the way he beat him up. Like he was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Superman in the CW shows became a joke, and I'm just not down for that.
Well, I guess because they didn't want to make Superman the all end all be all powerful. Because technically, that's always been my one issue with Superman, even in the comics. This motherfucker is too strong. They throw Superman into the sun, bro, and he becomes a god.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, but but here's the thing: like, he's weak against kryptonite. He's weak against psychic powers. He's weak against magic.
Yeah,
he has his weaknesses. Like he has his strengths and he has his weaknesses. So like when he came to Earth and he was under mind control, he's weak against psychic abilities. Of course,
right?
Like I was okay with that.
I guess.
Okay, for somebody who's a massive.
No, I'm just saying. I get that part.
I'm saying, as somebody who's a massive Superman fan, like there's things that I look at and I'm like, nah, bro, like that's not right.
He said, "Nah, fam. Nah, we're not gonna. Nah."
So because they did him so dirty, I just can't.
I get where you're coming from. I just, I guess for me, I saw it as they didn't want the CW's universe of heroes to be centered and revolve around Superman himself, because in the majority of DC storylines, if it's not him, it's Batman. And they're not using Batman, so if you're not using one, it's gonna go to the other. So you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No, I get that, but there's a way to do it. The way Sony and Into the Spider-Verse,
okay,
how they made Miles Morales the main focus point without desegregating or making Peter Parker like a joke. They lifted up Miles without. Treating another one like garbage.
No, I got what you're saying.
And they didn't do that for Superman. So that's my problem with it. Like I can't.
Okay. I can see that.
And also, that whole glasses thing people keep making fun of. There's more to it than that. It's the way he wears his hair. It's the way he wears his clothes. It's the way he slouches. It's his movements. Like it's not just like, oh, I put on the glasses and they do this bad. Don't fall asleep on me, bro. I'm watching you. Like,
because I'm like, here we go.
No, but like in the shows, they do a bad job of this. They keep him in nice tight clothes. They keep him in like the nice fancy things. But like you remember 1970 something, Christopher Reeve's Superman. He wore baggy suits. He slouched. He tripped. It was more than just the glasses. It's the way he carried himself. It's what he did to himself. So here's where I'm this is my disagreement for that. And I get what you're saying. The characters evolve over different periods of time, right? Mm-hmm. They always change different mannerisms and evolve them. So at some point, you didn't want Superman to consistently slouch over, which I get. That's what Christopher Reeve's Clark Kent was. He was a dork. Yes.
Clark was a dork, which he was supposed to be. Even as an adult, he was a dork. Mm-hmm. But whereas, like, for instance, with Bruce Wayne with Batman, Bruce is to the point where he only has to show face to board meetings once every 6 months, it seems like. Mm-hmm. Other than that, Bruce sleeps all day, fights all night, right? Unless he's kidnapped.
Okay.
They've constantly changed that because, again, people kept asking, he's the head of Wayne Tech. He's the head of Wayne Enterprises. Why isn't he here? So they had to keep, doing fiddling things with his alter ego. Mm-hmm. Diana Prince, they do it with Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. You had to do it with certain people. Yeah. So I say that to say the posture thing, come on now, we got to go past that. Let's go past posture. It's literally because the Christopher Reeve thing literally showed us if you're going to go hair, a bang dropped, a curl. That's the only thing different with the glasses off. And so that's one of the issues I've always had with that. Now, my buddy who writes on Black Lightning, he made a good point of, he wanted to show the image of why people couldn't tell that Black Lightning was who he is. Because if you are looking, if you're Black Lightning and I look at you and I look at your face, I can see nothing but a blinding light. Just like they used to do for the Flash. Nobody would ever know what Barry's face is because Barry would make his face vibrate. Mm-hmm. So they have to do something. I get it's it's simplistic. It's super simplistic. I get it, but it always annoys me as a comic fan because it's like, how could you're telling the readers that everybody around them is that dumb and can't put two and two together.
I agree with that. Everybody couldn't put two together. Yeah, that's people are gonna figure it out. As somebody who didn't wear glasses all his life, like I have green eyes, and I used to use that to flirt with girls, like straight up. Like I would just flash my eyes and like flash a smile and flirt with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
The minute I got glasses, they couldn't see past the glasses. Like I literally had to take my glasses off for them to see my green eyes. It's like and like so it's like there's a difference there. Like some people don't look past what their perception is.
Makes sense.
Like Clark Kent was his costume.
No, I know that. Yeah, we all know. Yeah, Superman was his true identity. Clark Kent was his like Superman was how Clark Kent was how Superman saw the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I know that Clark Kent how Superman like. Bruce's alter ego is Batman. Peter Parker's alter ego is Spider-Man. But Superman's alter ego is Clark Kent. It's not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Like the hero is really Superman. He takes off the clothes to become the hero. He doesn't put them on.
Yeah.
Which I get it. I mean, I hear where you're coming from. Honestly, I do.
Yeah. Like I'm not saying it's right because some people do see past that. So the fact that nobody could tell was kind of stupid.
Okay. This was always the thing with me with Clark. Clark grew up in Smallville, Kansas. Man of Steel and all these other shows always told you this. As a kid, he was doing Superman shit to save people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he wasn't Superman by then, right? There was just this extraordinary being that was able to like pull kids out of the lake and all this, et cetera, et cetera. Next thing you know, growing up, this shit stops. And in Metropolis, all of a sudden, there's a Superman, but it doesn't happen anymore in Kansas. No one puts two and two together.
I think, I hate to say this, but Zack Snyder's Man of Steel movie actually did a really good job of explaining that one. Like
how he kept moving around?
Yeah, how he kept moving around, how he kept changing his identity, how he kept like, hey.
That one worked because he kept changing his identity and moving around. Like he was never Clark Kent everywhere.
Yeah.
He wasn't officially, he was Clark Kent in Smallville after his dad died and he was going around saving people, the fishing wharf and all that other shit. He was a different dude. He was Joe and all these other names. But when he got to Metropolis, he was Clark Kent again. Fine with that.
Yeah, but not everybody in Smallville knew he could do things. The few people that actually saw him, they never wanted to believe it was him. Like it was like it can't be. It's not possible.
I'll tell you something. I'm about to die in a school bus that's drowning underwater, and one of my classmates pulls us out the fucking water, not individually, but by the bus. I am not gonna want to believe it, but I'm telling you this: I am never forgetting that shit.
And the movie, he didn't. He was Clark Kent's bully. When he saw that, he quit bullying Clark Kent. And when Lois Lane went to talk about it, he told her straight out, like, okay, this is what I saw. Okay,
so then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start blackmailing Superman. If I die, Superman killed me. He's a threat to the world. I win either way. Yes, I might not have a life, but...
That's not Superman's way, man. That's not Superman's way.
According to Man of Steel, it is when he broke out. By the way, that's another thing. That was my other problem with Man of Steel. Superman is not that reckless.
No.
Superman has never been that reckless.
No.
Superman has always made sure no matter what he does, he tries his best to endanger the least amount of lives as possible. This motherfucker was going through high-rise buildings in the middle of a workday.
Yep. But I did read that comic. That actually happened in the comic. But it wasn't Zod. I'm just saying.
It's still, he's always been known. He's always, in every comic, he's always said, I've got to get him away from the people. He's always had that thing of whoever he's fighting, he's got to get him away from the people, right? That was always his thing. He wanted to minimize, he don't care about like, if I damage a building or two, whatever, as long as people aren't injured.
Yes.
That was his thing.
Yes.
It was never about the property. It's about the people.
Yes. I will say that. And this particular comic that I read, it was like Superman Year One.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting an alien that was doing the exact same things I was doing for Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say that Zack Snyder needs to quit trying to put 5 fucking comic books together. First of all, because that motherfucker doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Anyways,
Zack Snyder doesn't. Here's the thing too, and people keep forgetting this one part. He does not like Superman.
he does not. He hates that dude.
I don't know why people keep sitting there pumping up. Like, I want him to do Man of Steel too. Like, why would I want somebody to do another movie on a character he does not like?
He does not understand the character.
He does not. It's been. Oh, it's not even a secret. It's known. Snyder does not like Superman. So why are people so in? They're so hellbound and insistent. Like, I need Snyder to do Man of Steel too. No, you don't.
No, don't.
No, you don't.
Do I want Henry Cavill to still be Superman? Yes. Do I want another? Do I want another creator to create his story properly? Yes.
Which also lets me know. Which also should tell motherfuckers if this is and here's another reason why I keep. You know, and I know it always goes back to this, why I'm so the way I am with the Snyder Cut Justice League shit. Everybody keeps thinking because he put him in his black suit, it's going to change things. It doesn't change how he, as a director, sees that character.
No, why he put him in a black suit and had him kill people. Like, that's not Superman.
That's literally what he does.
That's not
And so. But everybody's so insistent on thinking, oh, Zach loves these property and these characters. He should show his vision. His vision would really piss you off if you sit there and think about it.
If the rumors are true, who's the one character he did not bring back for reshoots?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Why do I care about that movie? Fuck you. The fact that people keep disrespecting Superman the way they do, they don't understand the character. That irritates me.
Well, I think, and I don't know if I can say with the disrespect part. I think the reason a lot of it happens is, and I won't disagree about the understanding. It's because of what we've seen the character be, how the character's been portrayed in so many different iterations. And this is not just the CW. This is not just the comic books. There've been Superman TV shows for different Superboy. There's been Smallville. There's been Lois and Clark. And
see, that's where I disagree with you. Like, all the shows and movies do not understand who the character is. They focus more on what his superpowers are. When you actually read the comic books, they focus on who he is as a person.
But it's a different story you telling than what a comic book is supposed to TV, though.
Yeah, but Superman isn't an all-powerful being that's a god. He is somebody with all that power who is trying to be a human, who is trying to be a man, who is doing what he can.
Okay,
he's a guy who can take over the entire world. And Batman knows this. He cannot stop him if he really went for it. But it's because of the morals that he holds true to himself that he does what's right. That's Superman. That moral compass is what people get wrong.
I get that. Yeah, he does, because again, there's the truth. Like, if Superman wanted to take over the world, who the fuck would stop him? Like, everybody like, oh, we got kryptonite. Batman made kryptonite exploding grenade gases, and because Zack Snyder made a choice and said it should rain for some reason, the water should come down. It should rain. The gas don't last long.
Yeah,
like he should have. Like, that was the thing. That was another thing about Batman v Superman. I was like, I don't get it. You are not going to tell me that just because Batman put on the knight armor, you know, the layered up armor, that gave him a shot against dude. Like, okay, if you really wanted to say it, again, he can kill Batman like this. The line even says, if I wanted it, I would take it. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand that's what you're like, and that can go to the argument of people saying that's his moral compass right there, right? Like, if I wanted it, I can take it. Like, yeah, if I wanted to kill you, I can take it. Here's the issue again with how Zack disrespects Superman. If I'm Bruce Wayne, I know this gas hurts him. I'm going to make sure this shit stays in his system and it's not going to run out in 37 seconds.
Yes. Which is actually from a comic book that Zack Snyder did not understand.
The gas grenades?
The whole suit, the gas grenades, the whole fight. Mm-hmm. It was in Dark Knight Returns.
Okay.
Like, Superman takes a nuclear bomb into outer space, has it explode, almost kills him, and then he goes down and, like, fights Bruce Wayne. And the reason why Bruce Wayne gets out of the fight is because he fakes his own death.
Sounds about right.
Like you see it, like, they bury Bruce Wayne. And then Clark Kent standing there, he takes off his glasses, kind of pierces into the thing, and goes, "Okay." Like he knows he's still alive. Like he hears the heartbeat,
Yeah, like
but he walks away because he's like, "That's what I need to do."
okay, I get it. I mean, I get it. I'm not gonna deny. I mean, again, there's a lot. Again, as somebody who studies Superman, you would know more complexities about
yeah.
the character, and
I know more about him than any other superhero.
no, and I'm saying that's a good
Yeah.
thing though, because you would know more about that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a diehard. I just never have been. But I think I said it on Blurds I said it on Blurds about how how we were talking about the whole Black Superman thing or whatnot. How people have been talking about. I'm like, yo, do y'all understand? That would make, like, for those who really have an issue with Superman's story, make him something else but white would make that story a million times better.
Yes, but here's the thing: Michael B. Jordan doesn't want to play Clark Kent.
No, I know he does. I'm not saying. I know he wants to play Val-Zod or whatever.
Yes, I want that so bad.
He wants Val-Zod. No, I mean, if he wants Val-Zod, he can have it. But I'm just saying in general. Yeah. I'm just saying in general. Like, I wouldn't push that character on Michael. If Michael B. Jordan's like, yo, I want to do Val-Zod. I want to do the black version of Superman from Earth 2, blah, blah, blah. Hey, bro.
Have you read that? Have you read that character?
No, I haven't. I haven't read it in a long time.
That character is amazing. Like,
I gotta check it out.
Like, I get it. Like, he fights the evil Superman. Like, he fights and beats the evil Superman. Like, he is fantastic. Like,
okay, I gotta check that out. But it's like, if that's what you want, bro, your suit will be made in 2.5 months. You good.
Yeah.
But in general, like when I talk about Superman's story, like Batman is an inherent. Batman he's an orphan who never got a friend. He's a fucking orphan who never got a friend afterwards. I mean, Alfred's like a friend, but like
the only thing with Batman is because of his wealth and where he, like, maybe another 10 to 15 years you can make him non-white, but based on what his wealth comes from now.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I was about to say. Batman's wealth makes him have to be a white guy.
Yes, exactly. That's always been my big thing. Like,
I've always felt that way.
Yeah,
but because Batman is the epitome of white privilege.
Yes, exactly.
And no one will ever admit that. They're like, there's no such thing. Bruce Wayne literally is able to, the only person they know in Gotham that could create. That's again how no one ever knew that Batman was Bruce Wayne. Wayne Tech is the most high-level sophisticated, one of the most high-level sophisticated R&D departments in the world, based in Gotham, where this vigilante who has all this crazy shit comes from.
Which some of it is made at Wayne Tech. Like,
with some of its motherfuckers have made his shit. And again, Lucius Fox even basically says it. They make it, we put it here.
There. Like, come on.
Like, could you imagine somebody be like, hey, like a dude, could you imagine going home to your girl? You'd be like, she'd be like, hey man, how's your day? Like, I was good. You know, we worked on some new projects. I got a question though. I think I worked on something weird. What'd you think you worked on? I think I made Batman's suit. What? like they said they wanted to make sure it could move, it had flexibility, but they wanted not even a bullet to go through, even at like a 1,000-mile-per-hour velocity. Knife couldn't get through. It's got to be flexible. It's dark. It's a lot. But we were like, who's it for? And they were like, we only need 2. And I was like, why would we only need 2? Is there only 2 soldiers? It was like, no, it's just for a special project. I think we're making Batman's clothes. Like,
and for some odd reason, he's the exact measurements of Bruce Wayne.
He's the exact same. Like, they don't even say pad it up. They say leave it kind of thin. Did you notice that the CEO is built like a motherfucker? Like, no. Like I remember reading the comics with Batman benching damn near 1,000, and nobody looks at Bruce Wayne being like, why the fuck is the CEO built like the world's strongest man?
Hey, you seen Batman fall off a roof the other night? Hey, Bruce, why are you limping?
What are you talking about? Why's your voice like that? I had a cold. What? Like, that was one thing in Batman v Superman I was glad Snyder did. The voice changer. Yeah. Because I always used to, like, I liked it in Arrow. When Arrow started doing that, it was the smartest thing to finally show people that how can somebody not know who he is if you hear that voice? Give them a voice changer. I was like, perfect. It's those little tiny, minute details. You know what I'm saying? Give him a voice changer. But again, the CEO of Wayne Tech is built like he street fights on the evenings.
Yeah.
And nobody thought it was anything wrong with that. The dude that runs this multi-billion-dollar global conglomerate sitting at the head of a business meeting like this. So what's on the docket for the day? No needles? What the fuck you like?
No, I love that Ben Affleck actually got built up for it. Like, not like
I respect it. I respect it completely. But again, it's all that was the thing. It's just I'm glad he did it, but it's just the characters.
Yeah.
It's all again like Secret Identity. Like, okay, Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Nobody could ever see the two together. After a while, it was starting to get really weird. That why is it Parker? You're the only person that can get pictures of him. That was starting to add up, right?
Yeah.
But any small, skinny white dude in New York City, you couldn't tell who it was. You wouldn't even know if it was a white dude, matter of fact, because Spidey's completely covered.
Yes.
Got it, right? Iron Man. Eventually Tony tells you it's him, unless you know it's Tony. It's just like, okay, that's his bodyguard. Whatever. There's certain superheroes with secret identities. You're like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand the, again, there's a level of complexity, but at the same time, a level of simplicity with things. But you look at certain things, you're like, but hold on, time out, stop the play. The dude, right? So they say Batman got shot in the elbow, and Bruce Wayne in here in a sling with the same arm. Y'all didn't hear 2 weeks ago Batman slipped off a building. Bruce came in with a limp. Ain't nobody putting this shit together. I got notes. I've been keeping track of this shit for 2 weeks. Like,
apparently, the only person in Gotham City smart enough to figure it out is Tim Drake. Like,
and again, that's the only thing. It's like that was one thing about comic books in general that I felt like, I get the world of disbelief. I get the disillusion, but it's also you make the characters have to be dumb. Like they're easy. You put 2 and 2 together. Like the Joker finally figured out one day, oh, Bruce, I should have fucking known. What you mean you should have fucking known?
Oh, yeah, really comic have you?
Man, listen, I gotta get ready to get up off here. Why?
I know, but like Bruce Wayne went to like Arkham and told Joker who he was.
Well, that's because he wanted to fuck his head up.
But Joker was like, I don't care. Like Bruce Wayne means nothing to me. I want
Batman. Yeah. Because he's like, he's letting him know, you really want me? This is who I am. He's like, I don't give a shit. I wanted to kill that dude.
Yeah. Like,
you understand how crazy you are? You're gonna be like, I don't give a fuck.
Like in the comic, like he sliced up, like he made fake faces for like all of the Bat family, had them tied up and chained up in the room, and then showed it to them. Like he knows who all of them are. He just doesn't give a fuck.
It's the Joker but see, that's the type of character why I love the Joker being the Joker. His sadisticness, his sadism is on a level you couldn't describe. You say, I don't know. I don't need backstory about this. I just know this dude is certifiably crazy because he is obsessed with one thing and one thing alone: the destruction of his enemy. And even though people like, well, that's Bruce Wayne. No. He don't give a fuck about Bruce Wayne's life.
No.
Bruce Wayne can walk down the street in broad daylight, and the Joker would literally walk past him.
Yes.
That's how crazy the Joker is. Granted, everybody's like the Joker probably wouldn't walk in broad daylight, but you get the analogy. He would. Yeah, he would. But that's the, what I'm saying? That's the fixation he has on Batman. And that's why, like I said, with Joker, everybody's like, oh, we should know how these. No, I don't want to know. Because the more I don't know, every time I find myself going, I think I want to know. I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't. Because now I'm glued into this craziness that you have. There's certain villains I don't need to know why you are who you are.
There's only been one origin story for the Joker that has been like the best origin story ever.
Which one?
The one-off where Batman goes back in time. He goes back to time, ends up in the alley with his parents, and has to kill his parents. In order to become as an Elseworld comic, dude, like he has to kill his parents, and then upon realizing that he's the one that created himself, he becomes Joker.
Oh shit!
Oh, I wish I remember the name of the comic. I'm bad with names. This is the problem. But like this is like the greatest origin story ever. It's a loop. Like he's stuck in a fixed loop. He created himself. He is his own worst enemy.
He created the Joker and Batman.
Yes.
Holy shit! I gotta check that out.
Oh, I gotta find it. It was.
I'll Google it.
Oh, dude, that was great.
Well, listen, I gotta get up off here because I gotta go to the bathroom like a motherfucker anyway. But I told everybody on the Patreon, we're just gonna keep these in the Patreon because I noticed when I had them on when I released them to everybody on the YouTube, they're like, "What the fuck is all these?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought y'all would like them at first." And so, but for the people who want to in the squad that want to catch up with you and talk with you, tell them where they can get you.
Chi-Town Pyro. Find me on Twitter and Instagram.
Definitely do that. And I will holler at y'all for another one of these. And we're going to come back around with them all. As long as people want to keep doing these with me, I'm going to do them with them. Take care. We out. Bye.